Good evening and welcome to our May concert. And I'm going to do my very best to keep the talking to a minimum because we've got lots of transitions and great music for you tonight. So we'll get started with our concert band students in the English suite of country dances.
Pierre LaPlante is a Wisconsin native composer who has spent his entire life dedicated to music education and the craft of expertly writing and arranging music for students. Although he taught in Blanchardville, Wisconsin for most of his career, he currently resides in the Oregon area and actually dropped off this piece of music himself for free to OHS.
We performed the third movement of this arrangement of folk songs, titled The Curly-Headed Plowboy, on our large group festival program in March, but we will perform the suite in its entirety tonight. We also had the pleasure of having Mr. LaPlante into OHS to work with the students in our band leading up to this May performance. We learned a lot about the stylistic elements he composed into the piece, and how to better use phrase shaping to convey musical ideas.
From prominent Colombian composer Victoriano Valencia comes a collection titled Ritmos de la Tierra, which translate to Rhythms of the Earth. The collection comprises 10 pieces based on Colombian and other Latin American dance patterns from Peru, Bolivia, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Venezuela, and Argentina.
By selecting these musical genres, the composer intends to explore different sections of the band to highlight their particular sonority. Danzón features 2 folk melodies from Cuba. The first is a gentle and flowing dance melody, while the second and final melody changes character to complete the piece in a spirited celebration.
So on our final concert of the year, I'd like to do a combined piece with all of the students from the younger bands to the next level band. So what you're seeing now is for our last piece for our concert band folks, Symphonic Band is joining them on stage so they get to play a piece together. It's really nice for them to learn more about the people that they'll be playing with in symphonic band for next year. And it just gives them a different ensemble experience to have to play with this many students on stage. There's different types of listening skills that you need when you have a group of this size. Different balance, different instrumentation. So we are going to get started in just a second here, but I am going to let them play a few notes real quick before we take another tuning note, just because the symphonic band folks have been sitting for those first two pieces. Thanks for your patience.
Hi, my name is Karthikeya Kunduri.
My name is Atticus.
Today we are going to be reading about Halcyon Hearts. Halcyon Hearts. Composer Kataj Copley writes, Halcyon Hearts is an ode to love and how it affects us all. Halcyon Hearts denotes a time where a person is ideally happy or at peace. So in short, Halcyon Hearts is about the moment of peace when one finds their love or passion. The piece centers around major sevenths and warm colors to represent the warmth that love brings us.
The introduction, which is sudden and colorful, symbolizes feelings of the unexpected journey it takes to find love. Using the colors and natural energy of the ensemble, we create the sound of ambition and passion. Throughout the work, no matter what race, gender, religion, nationality, or love, we are united with the common thread of passion from the heart. This piece was written in dedication to those who love no matter what negativity is in the world. Do not allow hate and prejudice to guide the way we live our lives. Always choose love, and the halcyon days will come.
We now feature another movement from Ritmos de la Tierra, or Rhythms of the Earth, by Colombian composer Victoriano Valencia. The collection comprises 10 pieces based on Colombian and other Latin American dance patterns from Peru, Bolivia, Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Venezuela, and Argentina.
The raspa we will perform calls to mind a celebration in a Colombian town, where traditional band music is preferred in dance at almost every local festivity. The piece recalls different styles of tropical feel music well, known as much loved by Colombians.
Rimsky-Korsakov's Mlada, first produced in 1892, is a half-opera, half-play. The story is set 1,000 years ago in an imaginary kingdom called Retro on the shores of the Baltic. Mlada tries to infuse German opera with ancient Russian legend, and the result is an absolutely fantastic story that involves magic, evil spirits, and trips into the underworld.
Interestingly enough, the only familiar music from Mlada is the procession of the nobles, the introduction to Act II, which begins with the festival of tradespeople. The music bursts to life with a rousing brass flourish, soon followed by the processional music, a noble tune in E-flat major. This is music of color and energy, and in the opera it is punctuated by shouts from the crowd at the festival. A central section just as vigorous as the opening leads to a return of the march tune and a rousing close.
Written in 1964 and dedicated to his trombone teacher, Matthew Shiner, this popular Sammy Nestico original is a warm ballad with rubato passages, two cadenzas, and lush chords reminiscent of Nestico's compositional style. Because this piece was dedicated to Nestico's trombone teacher, we thought it would be fitting to invite our low brass teacher for the past 2 years, Dr. Cole Bartles, to perform the solo tonight. We wish Dr. Bartles all the best as he embarks on a new journey as professor of trombone at Central Michigan University in the fall.
Okay, so before we bring him out, I just want to gush a little bit more over our soloist, our guest artist that's with us tonight. So Dr. Cole Bartles is one of our small group teachers who's been coming in as a clinician to work with our low brass students once a month. We started being able to work with him last year when he was finishing his DMA at UW-Madison, and he has this year been the interim trombone professor at UW-Whitewater, while that professor has taken on a different role. But now Cole is going to be headed toward Central Michigan University as the new trombone professor there at CMU, which is a pretty great gig, just coming off of your doctorate. So we're really excited for him. He's been so generous with his time and his hard work and expertise in sharing that with our low brass students here at OHS. So please welcome to the stage, this is a huge treat for us, Dr. Cole Bartles.
Thanks, everybody. I'm going to talk briefly while we invite the other trombones of the band up for the next piece. I have to do a little bit of shameless self-promotion. As you have heard twice now, I'm moving very soon. And if you read my bio in the program, you'll see I had an album that came out a little over a year ago. I brought a bunch of copies with tonight. And you know, this funny thing happens when you move. You got to take all your stuff with you. So if you want to help lighten my load a little bit, you can find me somewhere after the concert. I don't know, I think there's some sort of reception or something going on. These normally go for $15, but I'm selling them for $10 tonight because I really want to get rid of a few of them before we move. But this is full of all sorts of great original music. Most of the stuff on here was written for me, and it was painstakingly recorded 2 years ago and then released April of last year. It's also streaming everywhere, so you know, Spotify, Apple Music, all of that. It'd be cool if you took a listen, regardless of if you buy a copy, but you can really enjoy the great artwork and the liner notes if you buy one after. So, yeah.
I do. Do you want to talk first? Or
Sure. I was just going to say, it's been a real treat getting to work with, here, I'll slide over one. Getting to work with these four fine gentlemen to my right here. Rolling Thunder is sort of this like infamous, devilishly hard feature piece for trombone sections. You hear a lot of the military bands play this march and whatnot. And hearing a high school group pull this off is a rare treat. So congrats in advance to these guys. And now I'll turn it over.
All right, so we have 3 graduating seniors in the trombone section, so I was like, all right, let's do something fun, right? Throw them a bone here. So we decided to program Rolling Thunder, and I gave them the piece. When did I give you this piece? Like November? Yeah, I was like, I just like casually like walked back into their section, and I'm like, just dropped it on their stands, and like, what is this, right? So I said, well, this is for you, and if you're feeling up to it, we'll program it on the last concert of the year. And they said, okay. And then they got really creative with the program notes, so good luck with that part. But this is also a real treat to feature them and have their teacher with them as well. So please give it up for our wind ensemble trombone section and our graduating seniors and their teacher, Dr. Cole Bartle.
Written in 1916 by composer Henry Fillmore, Rolling Thunder was dedicated to Ed Hicker, presumably a trombonist. Since the march is subtitled a trombone ace, since its composition, Rolling Thunder has been used for diverse circus acts, including high sway poles, elephant acts, and Roman rides, at rodeos to generate excitement, and on concert programs as a showstopper. Rolling Thunder is not only one of Henry Fillmore's most exciting marches, it is also one of his most difficult, which tonight will feature our trombone section that has 3 graduating seniors and their low brass teacher, Dr. Cole Bartles.
Okay, so these are all our 9th through 11th graders here that are getting ready for our senior tribute, and then our seniors have taken their seats in the front here. The first thing we're going to do is our solo and ensemble recognition. You heard me mention this at our March concert as well, but we have our medals in to award to our students, as well as some exemplary performance recognitions as well. So what I'm going to have them do first is, if you chose to perform at District Solo and Ensemble Festival, which was hosted here at OHS on March 4th or 5th, one of those days, please stand up and be recognized. Seniors, you too. All right. Please stay standing if you advance to State Festival this year. Please stay standing and be recognized. Go ahead and have a seat, thank you. And what I'm gonna do at this time is, I've got an envelope with each student's name on it. I'll call them up by sections, by instrument, and award those medals in an envelope. And then after that, we'll talk about our exemplary performance nominations as well. So we're gonna start with our friends in the flute section. Please come on up when you hear your name. Liv Adams, Jojo Briggs, Luca Elmer. Folks, feel free to take pictures if you want. There's actually quite a few, so I think maybe we'll hold our applause until each section is done. Sorry about that. Olivia Gempler, Brianna Lloyd, Poppy McCauley, Toby Peterson, Kaylee Radke, Sam Schrader, Mia Soderman. Come on up. Go ahead and clap it up for the kids. I will say too, while they're coming up, our friends who were in more than one event, their envelopes are quite heavy, and some of them are like bursting open, so just be careful if you have a lot in your envelope, okay? Maya Jadov, Nathan Shippey, and Calvin Tillman. Chloe Marin and Addie Swan. Clarinets, you're next, so you might want to get ready. June Berquist, Rachel Cook, Laszlo Fradkin-Annan, Olivia Howard, Julia Ibrahim, Lee McComb, Dana McCoy, Hannah Mincer, Raina Morrell, Madeline Knott, Maddie Outhouse, Gus Sampson, Addie Sargent, Leo Washensky, and Gage Claridge. Alto saxophones, Lyra Azapardi, Lincoln Hoy, Sophie Hairwire, Josh Menendez, Rowan Nelson, Colin Nettishine, Caden Stump. Then tenors and berries, you're next, so you can start making your way up here. Try to be in alphabetical order if you can. Henry Burmeister, Rylan Clark, Jada Opar-Yado, Nick Fent, Will Schmidt, and Charles Whitney, and that'll complete our saxophone. All right, trumpets. He's got a little out of order. Jackson Umheffer, Braden Bakken, Jake Chong, Nesh Dolbo, Bo Jacobs, Kartikeya Kanduri, Caden Cruiser, Gavin Kiki, Emmett Marson, Alex Nelson, Sam Schmidt. Come on up. Audrey Dyer, Phil Emmerich, Moss Erdman, Brianna Stafile, Nicholas Tolanen. Come on up. Roshan Ronick, Leo Jacobs, Tristan Kavish, Atticus Ruland, Sophie Sy, Winter Wolkosh, Jacob Warden.
Yeah, boy!
I love you, Roshan.
Roshan, I love you too. Love you, Roshan.
Andrew Eckhoff Sanfilippo, Lucy Fradkin Annan, Natalie Reineck, Cameron Fox, Wade Watson. And then percussion, if you want to come and get in line up here by alphabetical order and last name, that'd be great. They all disappeared backstage. Aaron Dieter, Ethan Horton, Zeke Jeske, Peyton Lackner, Elliot Lesperance, Soren Lesperance, Brady Mamero, Simon Nimchek, Alex Settler, and Cameron White. All right. So the Wisconsin School Music Association, who is the organization who puts on these festivals for our students throughout the entire state of Wisconsin, after a student advances from district to state, if they've chosen to play a Class A solo and earn a 1-star rating and comments from the judges, after they go to state and they perform at state, they have an opportunity to be part of the Exemplary Performance Nomination and Award Project. And what that entails is a judge might hear, gosh, how many in a day? Like 100? Yeah, like somewhere between like 70 and 100 soloists in a site. So what they do is at the end of the day at UW-Platteville or at UW-Whitewater, which our students went to either one of those sites, is they're allowed to choose, I think only like one, 2, or 3 performances that they believe were exemplary in nature, even standing out amongst all of those students who are playing at the highest levels in the state. And our OHS students, quite a few of them qualified for the nomination this year. So if you qualified for an exemplary performance nomination, could you please come to the front of the stage? And just give me a second, it's okay. So again, these students that are coming to the front of the stage now were nominated by the judges in their sight because they were so inspired by their exemplary performance. Now, these can be solos, they can be ensembles, duets, etc. So we have a myriad of different ones here, and I'll let your students tell you more about that. But from this group of students at OHS who were nominated for Exemplary Performance Award, we did have one student in band who actually received the award, and we'd like to present that now to June Berquist on clarinet. Our solo and ensemble presentation is complete, friends. If you are a senior, go ahead and stay where you are. If you are not a senior, you may return to your places. Okay, seniors who are in the seats, come on up. See if you can get yourselves in alphabetical order as well as the percussionists did, because that was impressive. So these fine young people that are standing in front of you, I have been fortunate enough to have known them since they were in 7th grade at OMS, and even more fortunate to be able to work with them as an educator for 5 years, which is very special to me. So I would like to talk a little bit about each one of them, and then I have a little gift for you. So after I'm done talking, you can come on down and get your gift. And if you would prefer a handshake, just extend your hand. If you want a hug, I'm in for that too. Sound good, seniors? Okay. So our first senior is Adam Bertline. Go ahead, yeah, you can clap, yeah. Adam has been a member of all of our band classes at OHS. And Adam, when he graduates from OHS in just a couple weeks here, he wants to be someone who understands the value of wisdom and discipline and wants to work hard to change the lives of others who need it through entertainment, knowledge, and leadership. He says the biggest thing he learned about himself during his growth at OHS is that the struggles you go through are not only there to strengthen you, but to help you strengthen others who need it through your experience. Music has taught him the importance of unified people through individuality. Everyone interprets music differently, from the way we hear it to the way it makes us feel. But the culture that is formed through music unites our diverse life stories and the way we express them. Congratulations, Adam. next senior is Roshan Bonick. Roshan has also been a part of all of our bands at OHS and is hoping to pursue engineering after graduation. He says the biggest thing that he's learned about himself during his growth at OHS is he learns what has motivated him and what he wants in his future. Congratulations, Roshan. Our next senior is Jake Chung. Jake has participated in all our bands and jazz studies class here at OHS. Yeah, face your fam, kid, face your fam. All right. And Jake is hoping to be a doctor, is going to go into school on an Air Force ROTC scholarship. And Jake says, in studying music, I have learned more about myself than any note or rhythm. Congratulations, Jake. Our next senior is Rylan Clark. Been a part of all our bands here, orchestras, and jazz, and has also studied music composition and music theory. He's going to study music production and business and hopes to be a rock star someday. If you've ever heard him play guitar, you know that's a real thing. And the biggest thing he's learned about himself was his capability to do hard and difficult things. He says that music education is important because it helps truly and fully educate students. Congratulations, Ryan. Senior is Audra Dyer. Audra has been a member of our wind ensemble, choir, all the choirs here at OHS, as well as studied AP Music Theory. Audra hopes to double major in English, education, and theater arts, and says the best part about studying music is the family that comes along with it. Being in band has been absolutely life-changing. I have met and played with so many different people. I wouldn't trade those experiences for the world. The music wing is such a warm and welcoming place. Whenever I walk into the music wing, it feels like home. I am able to share my love of music and help others grow their love for it. Music has taught me to express myself loudly. I don't have to hide a certain part of me because people accept me for who I am. I don't have to play quietly if I make a mistake, because in music, mistakes are welcome. They're how we learn from things and how we become better musicians and people. Congratulations. Nick Fent is our next senior. Also participated in all of our bands and our jazz studies course, and is going to major in software development after OHS. He learned, one of the biggest things he learned about himself during his growth at OHS is that you don't need to be popular to succeed in everything. You just need to be dedicated, which will bring you friends along the way. Congratulations, Nick. Laszlo Fradkin-Annan is our next senior. Laszlo has performed with all our bands at OHS and is going to pursue welding after OHS. He says that music has taught me there are many parts to things, and if you work together, you can achieve anything. Congratulations, Laszlo. Ethan Horton is our next senior. Ethan has participated in all our bands, percussion ensemble, jazz ensemble, and music composition. He's going to study music performance after OHS and says, I can't imagine my education or life without music because my life would be very boring, and music is what I most enjoy. Congratulations, Ethan. Our next senior is Zeke Jeske. Zeke has participated in all of our orchestras, choirs, percussion ensemble, and AP music theory here at OHS, and would like to study economics or computer science or music or sociology or math or physics or philosophy or political science. And if you know Zeke, that's a real thing. Zeke says music has taught me that there's a vast difference between being able to do something at 90% proficiency and doing it 100% proficiency without fail. You can't expect the final 10% to come as quickly as every other improvement did, but conversely, you have to think about what things in life are really worth putting in all that effort to become truly skilled at. It's far easier to be competent at any number of things than to be exceptional at one. Congratulations, Zeke. Tristan Kabish is our next senior. Tristan has participated in all of our bands, our jazz studies course, music composition, and AP music theory. After OHS, he's going to pursue bodybuilding and continue his education to be the best person that he can be. One of the biggest things he's learned about himself during his growth at OHS is to make his own path and not let others decide who he is. He says, music has taught me more. The more you put in, the more you'll get out, and it has helped me incorporate that in all parts of my life. Congratulations, Tristan. Soren Lesperance is our next senior. Soren has been in percussion ensemble all 4 years and will be moving on to minor in music. And he says, music has benefited me in numerous ways, such as realizing the true beauty in music and art in general, and how meaningful a singular piece of music can truly be. Congratulations, Soren. Lee McComb is our next senior. Lee has performed with all of our bands, our jazz studies course, percussion ensemble, AP music theory, and music composition study. Lee is going on to study music education after OHS and says, the biggest thing I've learned about myself during my growth at OHS was being surrounded by a welcoming and loving community that can bring out the best in people. And it sure did for me, especially when I was working with the students in concert band. I wouldn't have been able to do this without them. Congratulations. Josh Menendez is our next senior. Josh has performed with all our bands and our jazz studies course and is going to pursue culinary arts and hopes to be a head chef someday. Josh says one of the biggest things I learned about myself through my time at OHS is that I persevere through whatever life might have dealt me, and I grow off of those experiences. Congratulations, Josh. We're in the home stretch. Abby Sargent. It has studied with all our bands and orchestras, jazz studies, and music composition, and is going to pursue music education post-OHS. Abby says that the biggest thing that she's learned is that when something calls out to you, hold on to it with all your heart and explore where it takes you. It might turn you into someone you never thought you could be. She says, I could not imagine my life without music because music has made me who I am. When I walked into the music room for the first time as a freshman almost 4 years ago, I never would have guessed that it would become more than a creative outlet I enjoyed, let alone my center of gravity. But music and my teachers and classmates in the OHS music programs changed me. They made me into a teacher, something I never before pictured myself as. A leader, something I wished for but didn't think I could be. A mentor, a purpose that makes me want to get out of bed every morning. And a friend to incredible people that I never would have gotten to know otherwise. My study of music here has taught me as much or more about life as anything else, and that we can all be the people we wish we were. It taught me what true passion and love for what you do feels like, because I realized I could never give up the joy of walking into a music room every day and continuing that journey of discovery with the people who walk in with me. Making music together is a magic you can't find anywhere else. Ensembles are chance intersections that we should consider ourselves the luckiest people alive to be able to pass through. This program raised me, and I owe it the world and more, because I wouldn't be who I am without it. Congratulations. Abby just, like, this morning won an English department award. I bet you can guess why. Alex Sedler. Alex has been in percussion ensemble all 4 years, has performed with all of our bands, our orchestras, our choirs, has performed with our jazz studies course and music composition. He's moving on to a double major in performance in percussion and neurobiology with an emphasis in pre-med. Alex says, I cannot imagine my education or life without music because it has given me a way to express my emotions in which words cannot explain. It has given immense opportunities such as scholarships and playing opportunities that would not be applicable without music. It has also helped me find myself in the darkest of times and created the person who stands in front of you today. Congratulations. Jacob Warden. With all of our bands in our jazz studies course and is going to pursue engineering post-OHS, hopes to be an engineer at Porsche. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Jacob says, music made me more social and passionate for things around me in my life. Playing took me out of my comfort zone and I learned how to be more confident. I learned to appreciate the progress I've made and to appreciate the people and resources around me. Studying music has also taught me that practice makes progress, not practice makes perfect. Practicing leads to mastery and perfection, but in the short term, practice is the stepping stone to progress, which leads to mastery and perfection. Congratulations, Jacob. And then before our seniors leave the stage here, just to give you a frame of reference, we have one more award to give, and it's called the John Philip Sousa Award. This is a national award that teachers can give to students anywhere in the country. And if they go on to play music somewhere else, they're going to find other people that that have also received that award, which is kind of a neat thing. So we're going to award that now, but just again, to give you a frame of reference, out of the people that are standing here on the stage, the juniors and seniors had the opportunity to read the criteria for the award, for the selection, and they nominated 12 out of the people that you're seeing on the stage. So the leadership here is very precious and should never be taken for granted, that you are seen as leaders among the students that you get to work with. Okay, so let's give it up, first of all, for all of our seniors. And in having the students select someone among their peers, I asked them to do some interview questions about their passions and what makes OHS like a place that they have exhibited their leadership. And some of those answers that you heard just a few moments ago were part of that. But we're going to go ahead and get on with the award here. And the recipient of the National John Philip Sousa Band Award is someone who was selected by their junior and senior peers by anonymous vote. The selection criteria for this award read, in recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. Based on the award criteria and his leadership qualities, the students have selected Alex Settler as this year's Sousa. Alex has been involved with a myriad of musical activities in and beyond band and has enthusiastically learned new styles and instruments to support multiple bands, orchestras, and choirs at OHS, which you heard, including the PIP for the musical. Alex stays curious about all aspects of music and shares his knowledge and curiosity about music with others to help them reach their goals. Alex understands the value and power of leadership and works to help other students in band at OHS see that potential in themselves. Alex has also volunteered his time at the middle school this year, mentoring young percussionists in the 7th and 8th grade bands. He has made a positive impact on students in the program as a whole through his perseverance as a musician and his continued support of younger generations. Again, Alex will be moving on to study music performance and neurobiology in the fall, and we wish him all the best. Congratulations, Alex. Congratulations, class of 2023. Go ahead and take your seats and enjoy the show. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Seniors can stay up here if you want.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys.
I want to sit down.
Yeah, you can sit, Jake, only you.
Hey, senior skip day isn't until tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Skip day.
So after Ms. Yeager has done and said all of these incredibly nice things about us, we would like to say some incredibly nice things about her. So on behalf of the seniors, I would just like to thank Ms. Yeager for everything that she has done for us over the past few years that she's been here. And before that, a lot of us, like you said, have known you for 5 years or more. Let's see if I remember what I was going to say. Music and music classes, like most things, are what you make them. And I think what makes an incredible teacher is somebody who recognizes that and opens the floor to inspire their students to recognize that as well. I think Ms. Yeager is the epitome of somebody who wants her students to see that what they put into something is what they get out of it. So through keeping the band a very, very safe and inclusive space, and just, really, really advocating for students, not only inside the band room, outside of the band room, you know, really caring about who we are and what we're interested in, not only in the realm of music. You've created an environment where we're excited to do something with ourselves. We're excited to learn, and we're excited to discover, I guess, what makes us go and what makes us, you know, want to be alive. And I think that that's really cool, to be able to inspire people to do that and to care. Something that some of the other seniors were saying, a common theme, was that you really encourage students to steer their own learning. And I think that it's also an incredible, a sign of a really, really great mentor is somebody who doesn't tell everybody what to do or show them all of what they need to do, but say, here's a place to start. I think you have the skills to figure it out. And I think that it is that belief in us and in everybody that she comes in contact with that makes her such a great role model and a great human being to be around, no matter who you are or whether or not you've been in a music class or not. So thank you, Ms. Yeager, for everything that you've done for us and everything that you, I'm certain, will continue to do. And we wish nothing but the best for you in the future.
I've never done that before where I made them hold the last note. I was like, all right, are we gonna repeat this whole thing one more time? I was like, no, we're just gonna hold the last note. What you think? All right, okay, so Wind Ensemble has our last piece of the program, so if we could please quickly reset the stage for Wind Ensemble, and then we will share with you our final piece, Symphonic Dance Number 3, Fiesta. Okay, just want to say a few thank yous while we're finishing setting up here. First of all, I want to thank our colleagues at all of our buildings, namely starting with Matthew Cornali from FES and OMS. Everybody say thanks, Mr. Cornali. And our other RCI educators, James Besson and Caitlin Brown, and our other OMS educators, Pat Dorn and Katie Sider. I want to say a big thank you to all of them. This wouldn't happen without their support of your students. Also want to thank the Oregon Band Advocates who are organizing a dessert reception right after the students clear the stage. Right, students? Right, students? Yeah. Don't worry, your family will leave some dessert for you. It's cool. They have been working tirelessly to get our fundraising efforts up and running and have been working to support your students in all of our programs. So we want to thank you for being a part of that, those of you who are here that are a part of OBA. And if you're interested in getting involved, please let me know and I'm happy to direct you to the right folks to do so. Thank you to our administrators who are here tonight and who have been here throughout the course of this year, supporting our students and the music programs at OHS. And lastly, students, please say thank you to your families for all of the support that they've given you over the course of this year as well. Say thank you to your families.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Thank you. Thanks, Dad. All of you on the bottom.
I thought they were going to clap. I guess not. Yeah. All right, so thank you so much for coming tonight. This is our final piece, Symphonic Dance Number 3, Fiesta, from our Wind Ensemble. And I think we'll take one more tuning note, Nathan. Thank you. Also, we'll see all of our 9th through 11th graders at graduation not next Sunday, but the Sunday after. They have to be here at noon to perform that service for our community. It is the largest community event we have in Oregon. And not only is it an expectation that we do that service, but we're proud to do that service for our graduating seniors. So they'll be from like 12 to 2:30. Plus they get pizza and swag bags, and they also get service hours. So there's all sorts of perks, right? Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful summer.
Dance Number 3 Fiesta is one of the 5 symphonic dances commissioned by the San Antonio Symphony Orchestra to celebrate its 25th anniversary in 1964. Each of the 5 dances represents the spirit of a different time and place in the history of San Antonio. This dance reflects the excitement and color of the city's many Mexican celebrations, which Williams called the pageantry of Latin American celebration. Street bands, bullfights, bright costumes, and the colorful legacy of a proud people.
The introductory brass fanfare creates an atmosphere of tense anticipation, while the bells, solo trumpet, and woodwinds herald the arrival of an approaching festival. The brass announce the matador's arrival to the bull ring, and the finale evokes a joyous climax to the festivities. Williams rescored this work for band in 1697, which has become a staple of the wind repertoire, and it was first performed by the University of Miami Wind Ensemble.
Thank you.